Hey guys, Archie Luxury here on the Archie Luxury live stream and the Archie Luxury channel. Guys, change the t-shirt. I am back firing on all cylinders. That's right, guys. What can I say today? So today, guys, I want to talk to you. I was talking, yesterday was my day off. And I spoke to a good friend I haven't spoken to in ages. My good friend Serge. Serge is a mid-30s guy. He's been a really avid collector. He loves his watches. He's had some unusual stuff. He's had quite a few Omegas. He's not impartial to a good Zenith. That's right. He loves a good Zenith. But he's a bit of a Rolex man. Rolex man. Yeah, he's really a Rolex man. And I can't blame him for that. I mean, hey, nothing wrong with that. What has he got in his collection? I'll tell you what he's got. He's gone recently into some cheapy Seiko vintage. But his main things he's got a SD 4000, Sea Dweller 4000. That was the very short production run Sea Dweller when it went ceramic. 40 mil, but only made for an 18-month period. He's got a Milgauss Z Blue, which I think it's a beautiful watch. He's got an Explorer 1 40 mil. So that's one of the newer ones. He also has a Air King new. Okay. And how's this? He's also got a two-tone root beer. Okay. So you look at those watches there, you do the sums on it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 really heavy, 5 good Rolex, okay? 5 good Rolex. And I was saying to him, we've got a super chat here. Hurritan, $5. First super chat for the night. AC3, shoot Easy a message. He said you can stay with him in Hanoi for 1 month for free. Thank you. Thank you so much there, Tan. That's I'm worried about the snakes. You know the guy collects snakes, don't you? Tan, he collects snakes. Would you sleep with the light on or light off? I'm actually really looking forward to meeting Easy in Vietnam. We've got a Vietnam trip coming up. The time zone difference is a bitch because it's 3 hours different, but I'm trying my best to work with it. We'll see what we can do. Okay. Main show. Easy's always main show worthy. So as I was saying, I was talking about my friend Serge. He's got these beautiful watches, and you're looking at how much money? 30, 40, 50. You're looking at easily, 60 Aussie, 60,000, 60, 70,000 Aussie dollars. And it used to be safe to park money into these things for a while. Okay, you could park money into the watches, but I said, you know what? I don't know if they're that great an investment. I don't know if they are anymore. Like I said to him, I would keep. I said I would be keeping the Z Blue SD4000. The rest of it I'd be dumping. That's what I said. I said I'd be getting out of it because I don't know if the money is really. How do I say this? Can you afford to have the majority of your wealth in watches? How many do you really need? That's what I said to him. And this is the problem. See, they used to be really, they were going up, you were safe. They're not doing that now, okay? They're not. They may, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, um, that's the big thing. That is the big thing. Um, yeah. So, um, yeah. Yeah. Um, what can I say? So, I got to tell you seriously, I said to him, how many do you need? So, in my own case, I said, you know what? Okay. In my own case, I tell you what, I've got the Breguet 7057. I got the Breguet 7147. I got the Rolex Explorer 2. I've had that Explorer 2. I got the Omega Speedy. I got the PAM 662. And I've got the Zenith Open Heart, which you guys all hate until I sell. And I said, you know something? I would love to piss off one of the Breguets, one, and I can't sell the Explorer 2 because that's every man needs a Rolex. I can't sell the Speedy because it's so iconic. The PAM is unsellable. So possibly the Zenith Open Heart and one of the Breguets. That's what I'd love to do, piss it off. That's what I'd like to do. So, how many of these fucking things do you need there? Like, I mean, you look at it realistically. Hey, Diggler, let's see if can we get Diggler on? Diggler, come on. Come on the show, Diggler. I love the Diggler. Um, hmm. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to pin the link. I want to pin the link. Banana splits. Banana Splits. I just had to lose the link to Banana Splits. I was watching. Remember that 70s, late 60s? Oh, the link is already pinned. Oh, AC3 Dungeon and their viewers have joined. Thank you. Man, easy. Thank you for that. Stigler's there. We got the link pinned. Jump on. So what I was trying to say is, how many of these things do you really need? And I'll be honest with you. Oh, picking his kid up. Oh, Diggler's okay, Diggler. Thank you, Stigler. We've got Terry Boston. Terry Boston, how are you?
Good. How are things in Asia?
You know, they're okay. I went out for a seafood feast yesterday.
Oh, sounds smashing.
Yeah. How are you, man? What's happening? You're in America still, is that correct?
Yeah, actually, I need some advice, Archie. I don't know what to do.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain.
Watch
So
romantic or what is it? What sort of advice do you
it
need?
it has nothing to do with watches. I'm still saving for the watch I'm going to buy in 4 months, but
Okay.
um, it's static, man. It's like serious. You know, my boyfriend, which I told you about, he was supposed to be here today. Actually, we will be at the airport now, picking him up at the arrivals part. But
Yes.
unfortunately, his family stepped in, and his mother and grandmother drove him berserk because, like, he, you know, kind of can't do anything like without their permission, and I guess or anything. He's 36 years old, you know. It's like, come on, you know. And so he, what happened was yesterday he OD'd on ibuprofen, and he was admitted to St. Matthew's Hospital in Virginia. I think because he's diabetic,
How
as
the
I told
fuck
you.
do you OD on
I
IV?
don't, I don't know.
How
And
many did
so
you take? Fuck me. Actually, you know something? That's very, very bad for your liver, isn't it?
yeah, I know, and I think he said he took like one too many, and because usually normally like people can take like I think 4 or 5 of those in one day, you know, and like it, you know, because it helps to quell pain. But though, so he last night they admitted him to the psych ward in the hospital there, Saint Matthews in Virginia, and so he didn't make his flight today. He didn't call the airline immediately to reschedule his flight because I told him he needed to do it last night before today for his departure date. Otherwise, they're going to charge him a bundle to reschedule. He called them today while he was in the hospital because in the psych ward here in America, they won't let you have your mobile phone if you're admitted to the psych ward.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, he called him this morning because he called me, woke me up. And I told him, you know, I said, Adam, I said, I said, you need to call him immediately after you hang up with me. Well, they're waiting to hear from the doctor, which was writing the papers and the report and all. He already saw the psychiatrist and to determine what led to this and everything. And so it's kind of hostility from his family and all that. Like, you know, I guess like, you know, because they wanted to talk to me on the phone today as well, because I guess his family's going to drive him to the airport this morning, whatever. So, anyways, they wanted to talk to me, you know, find out more about me and all that. Well, I guess yesterday, when in the midst of all this, you know, there was an argument that broke out and everything, and he had an accident. And that's what led to him, I guess, accidentally, or, you know, sort of saying ODing, which he admitted to the hospital. He was taken by ambulance. So I don't know, like, I mean, and I'm gonna be dead honest, you know. I mean, I love the guy and everything, but is it really fucking worth it to stay with him if, like, his family, like, he has to have permission from his family and everything to, like, fucking do everything and shit?
Terry, I just had HR trying to jump on, and I normally would have let HR on, but this is such a serious thing. I wanted to talk to you personally,
Thank you.
and I wanted to say to you, my advice to you, right?
Yeah,
My advice to you is simple, okay?
don't get involved.
Look, Woody Allen said it best. He said, the most important thing you can do is choose a partner. A lot of your own mental health issues are reliant on your partner, okay?
Hmm.
Who you
Right.
choose.
So
To be
basically,
completely honest with you, he might be a nice guy. He might be very good, but let's be honest there. He's a 36 or 30, whatever. He's not a kid anymore, okay? He's a
right.
man.
And I guess because he's part autistic, they
And,
kind of treat him like he is, you know. I mean, he can drive and everything, but you know, I guess
yeah.
they hold that against him to where like they act like, you know, he's mentally unstable or some shit. So
Yeah. Dee Pezza, he married his stepdaughter, and that was never his stepdaughter. That was Mia Farrow's stepdaughter. And they've been together for 30 years, okay?
yeah,
So let me just say this. I think don't say anything terrible to him, right? How much was the ticket, if you don't mind me asking?
563 American dollars because it was on one of the smaller commuter planes like the Embraer CRJ, whatever they use here for commuter flights. It's only like 4 hours or whatever. They're pretty safe and
Yeah,
pretty reliant. Most of the domestic American carriers use them, like American and Delta and all that.
yeah.
And so,
You know,
anyways,
I got
and
HR being what's the problem? I'm just giving personal advice to this guy, okay?
No, Archie, I've got to be honest, your advice is really good, but I just think drawing a comparison to Woody Allen, the guy that married his own daughter and had sexual
Woody
relations
Allen never
with her.
married his own daughter. That was Mia
No, he did.
Farrow's step.
No, he did. You can Google it, Arch. I don't think that's a good comparison. What do you think of that, Terry?
well, I
Okay,
mean,
well,
I understand what Archie's saying, and you know, Archie, you've always been a friend, you know, and I appreciate you. I really like talking to you and being on your show.
Look, I got to tell you this, okay? Let's just back this truck up, okay? I think you may have dodged a bullet here, okay? If you're working at Walmart, $500 is a lot of money, okay?
It is for a plane
I
ticket.
would say to you, don't tell him it's over. Just say, look, let's just, it's okay. It'll be fine. Just let it pan out. But I think, honestly, this isn't the guy for you. If he's going to do this over such little hurdles, what's going to happen when you're in the UK together? What's going to happen if he doesn't always get his own way? Okay?
Right. Well, the thing of it is too,
I'm not
though,
saying it's over, but this isn't sounding really good, okay?
well, can I be honest though? I think that a lot of the implications and hostility he's had has been from his own mother and grandmother because his father has been in the picture for years. He's got one brother and a sister that hasn't talked to the family for like 4 or 5 years, you know. They haven't come around. Neither him either.
What nationality is he? What nationality is he?
He's an American. But though, what I'm
Caucasian
saying,
American, right?
yeah. But what I'm saying though is that though, like, I mean, he simply, literally, I mean, you know, he paid he took out a loan for the plane ticket, and you know, because I guess
What sort of loan? What
like
sort of loan?
through a firm or somebody like that, you know, like a credit bureau place that would give you quick cash for like, you know, whatever. The only
Payday
problem is,
loan, you mean?
yeah, basically though, he did purchase the insurance on the ticket, but it's not refundable. So that's the whole thing of it. And the airline stipulated they have to hear from the doctor before they can make a decision basically on him, I guess, changing the date or whatever on the ticket for him to come and actually see me. So that way they don't charge him like $100 or whatever for the change of the date or whatever, I guess, like the processing fee or whatever.
Now
So
we've got Narc jumping on. What does Narc want? Narc, you've been withholding. What the fuck are you doing jumping on now?
Just happened to check. Terry's on. Terry, my heart goes
How
out.
come you're on? I thought you're withholding. What are you doing? Hey,
I'm told.
put that blouse back on. Let me put this into Narc context. Narc, put your blouse back on. Put the bra back on, Narc.
Terry.
I don't need it anymore, Narc. I don't need you anymore, Narc.
Terry.
Narc, put your clothes back on. I don't need you anymore.
Terry, let me look. I love you. You know that. I know you. Look, you're one of my favorites. You're a good kisser. So am I. But if he has to resort to threatening to kill himself so I can break up with you, get the fucking message, you stupid gay fuck. There you get it. He's not into you. He's not into you.
No,
So,
it's nothing to do with that, Narc.
yes, no, buddy.
You're reading
Look,
the room wrong. Narc,
no.
you've been on my competitor's show, Narc. You need to
When
get some
he has to
punishment for
resort,
being a
when he
jerk.
has to,
You
when
need
he
to
has
get
to
some
res-
punishment for being
shut
a
the
jerk,
fuck up.
Narc.
when he has to
You
resort
shut
to
the
fake
fuck
fucking fake overdoses, get the hint, Terry. Get the fucking hint.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. So,
I've used
since
this
you,
excuse before. I couldn't break up with this crazy bitch, so I threatened to commit suicide, drug overdose.
no,
It's
it's not that.
cliche. It's
I know that,
cliche.
but let me ask you this, okay?
Hey, by the way, hey, this relationship is like two fucking negative magnets. You can't have two autistic fucks. You gotta have, hey, two autistic fucks don't mix. When are you gonna call the other person a retard? No, you need a normal person plus a retard.
But I gotta ask you this, okay? So since
What?
you're essentially a psychologist, okay, I gotta ask you this, okay?
The sex
In
therapist.
your, well, I know that, but let me ask you this, okay? In your opinion, okay, but if I call him later tonight, which I have to call him before 10 o'clock, because otherwise it's they end the phone service for the patients there at that time. Let me ask you this, okay? Instead of like driving him into a deeper detrimental state, instead of telling him it's over, what should I say?
You should. I tell you what you say to him.
No, you gotta listen to
what you
fucking
say
Archie.
to him is, hey,
You gotta listen.
calm
Hey, listen
down.
here. No, listen here. You should have said you should have done a fucking better job. This
Let's just leave Narc off for a minute there. He doesn't help me. When I needed him, he withholds. Let me tell you, Terry, you just say to him tonight, everything will be fine. Let's just have a little bit of a break so you can get better and just have some distance of time, Terry.
Okay, I got another question. If I fly down there to meet his family face to face at the end of June, should I honestly do that, or should I withhold from doing that for like a longer period of time until things like
Well, the end of June, that's a long way away. That's 5 months away.
yeah, and I can get a
And I mean,
non-stop.
how do you know your feelings won't be different in a month's time, yet alone 5 months' time? You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right, and I mean, I can get a non-stop.
You mean, hey, Terry, meet his parents?
No,
They're gonna
he lives
kill
up-
himself. No, hey, buddy. Hey, Terry, I love you, buddy. Why this relationship's going nowhere? You want to meet the parents? That's a deal breaker.
well, I'm
This is
not
not- This
the
is like-
parent.
By the way, I gotta say hello to Plastic in the chat. I've got a screenshot.
Now, I've got to tell you something, okay, Terry? What you need to do is just have a bit of distance. Say, look, just calm down. Have some time. Everything will be fine. Don't make any commitments. Time itself will let everything settle down, okay, Terry?
Okay.
I
well,
wouldn't be saying anything, right? I wouldn't be saying it's over, end of story. Just be calm and say, look, let's just have a little bit of a break. Calm down. Everything is fine. Just say that to him because he needs that stability in his life, right?
Okay. Right, yeah. But though, if he's already admitted to the psych ward, though, if he does have like another nervous breakdown, do you think that he'll become a ward of the state? Like, because once that
No,
happens,
of course not. Of course
Okay.
not. They don't
Because,
take people in easily. They don't take people in easily. You know how hard it is to make someone a ward of the state? Fuck. It's not 1950s. It's not One Flew Over the fucking Cuckoo's Nest.
no.
That's over. They medicate
Right.
them.
Yeah,
They
well,
medic
that's
now.
true.
Mark, which one is Plazo?
Terry,
I want to
Terry.
ban him. I want to ban the cunt. Which one's
His
Plazo?
tea father. I didn't know he was a redheaded cunt. He's a
Which
redheaded
one
cunt.
is Plazo? I said,
Tea
which one is
father.
Plazo?
Tea
Where?
father. Tea
I
father.
can't see it. I can't see it.
He's probably blocked you, so you can't block him. It's Tea father. He's a redheaded cunt. I got a screenshot of him. He looks like a young TW. And that's not good, Plastic. Redheaded cunt. You're a ginger. You're a orangutan. Terry.
Yep. Don't you
this is
have
not
the
good.
same Rolex as Archie?
Hey, Terry, look.
Yeah.
This is a sign here. You could
I
do
know.
better. Do you want to fucking get... look, he's a nut job. He's a fucking nut job.
We've
But
got another
only-
super chat here from Madman, $5. Let's look at this, Narc. Good advice, Arch. Terry, this is the right advice. Shut up and listen, buddy. A lot of bad connections today. Hey, Arch, the idiots keep dropping out. Look, let me tell you this. Just say nothing. But, Terry...
What do you mean say nothing? What does that mean?
Hey, I just read the super chat.
No, Terry, you're a catch. Do you understand? You're a catch.
And so are you.
I think
you're a catch. I think you've intimidated him. He's self-sabotaging. He can't live up to what your expectations are. You're self-sabotaging. You don't need this crap.
No, but let me ask you this.
Is he a bottom or is he a top? Is he a bottom or a top?
He's a bottom. I'm the top.
Now, let's have a talk. Terry, I think you need to just walk away a bit, let a bit of distance and time. That'll heal all. That'll answer all problems. Okay, just slow down. You're staying with your mum, aren't you?
Well, yeah, but though,
Promise
really
me
though,
this. Can you do something good for yourself today? Go and do so. If you want an ice cream or chocolate or a soda, go and do something for yourself. Good today for yourself. Okay.
Okay, bottle of wine. So.
Go and do something nice for yourself today. Okay.
Okay.
Do something for yourself. Okay.
Do you think though that he, even though this is like an only one-time occurrence, do you think that even though he is on
Archie, did you tell him to go and eat a chocolate? He's a fat fuck as it is.
No.
Chocolate?
You're withholding. Put your clothes back on, Nah. I'm not turned on by you anymore. Nah.
Chocolate?
Nah.
Chocolate?
Nah.
Get the fuck out of
me. Nah, put your dress back on.
Can I ask Narc one personal question? Can I ask Narc one personal question though?
Sure.
Narc, do you sleep with your Rolex Explorer naked?
Terry, I love you, buddy. If we were in the same city,
no, because I know you have the same model as Arch. So that's what I was asking.
Yes.
Okay.
I definitely would have hooked up with you, and I wouldn't have threatened to kill myself.
Well, I know that because, but look, I just I think honestly, he is on antidepressants, but I mean though, but here's the thing, okay?
That should have been the first sign.
Well, no, I don't think, but I don't think that's like what part of his depression is. Maybe he does need somebody.
No, you don't need nut jobs. I guarantee you don't need a fucking nut job in your life. Trust me, you don't need a fucking nut job.
Okay, but what if money doesn't make you happy?
Do you think a nut job will?
No. Love will.
Love? Get the fuck out of here with this love crap.
Well, what else would you call it?
You want a nut job?
No, I don't think you can.
Terry, look. Love is cliche. Is he a good friend? Is he a good mate? No.
Well, I mean,
he's a nut job.
He's never been rude.
Rude? He's too depressed to be fucking rude.
Okay, so
you need someone who's well balanced. You need someone who's well balanced. It's me. Or maybe I'll move to fucking England. I don't fucking know.
Well, I thought you were in Italy right now.
On my show, can I ask you that?
I thought you were in Italy right now.
Terry, I'm going to go now, but I wish you the best.
No, I asked you, why do you keep withholding from my show?
Because I'm a withholding cunt.
I've seen you on other shows.
Because Mark Goldberg pisses me off.
I love Mark Goldberg.
Oh, you can have Mark Goldberg. I wish you do well.
I'd rather have Mark Goldberg than you. That's for sure. I'm
glad you do.
You're a spent cause.
Yes,
collateral damage. I just wanted to know how the fuck we were so lucky to get rid of you for so fucking long.
Then why are you begging me to come back? No, but buddy, I think Goldberg does well for your show. I just don't like him. I think he's a controlling freak. I think he's a service dog. I think he's a gatekeeper. I think he brings down your fucking show. But that's not my target demographic. I think he's a flaming fag. I think he's a sexual predator. He met his fucking trans.
What a fucking hell, that guy, Narc, just goes on and on and on and on. Turn your fucking camera on, Narc.
What doesn't make any sense,
Terry,
though, is
I
that
think
he
we've
has a
answered your
degree in psychology.
I think we've answered your question. So
You
just
have.
let it
You have.
go.
I
What are
will.
you
And
doing for money? How are you surviving in America? Tell me that. You're
I,
working at Walmart.
yeah, I'm surviving. You know, I'm not terribly hurting. I'm surviving. You know, I'm working class. You
How
know,
many hours a week are you working at Walmart?
40 hours a week. And then the average here, I guess, like 40. Well, most Americans work like 60 or something, but yeah, 40 hours a week, you know. And it's not too bad. I mean, the taxes here are high. Like, they do take out a lot of taxes here in the state. I guess, like, it's normal, though. But, though, it's not
You get
bad.
that back next time, but won't you?
Yeah, I will. I
So how
think,
much,
like,
what's your hourly rate?
I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's like 17 or 18 an hour. I don't know. Something like that. So, and then, like, you know, 40 hours a week. They didn't actually tell me what I would be starting at when they hired me. So I think it's like 17 or 18 an hour.
That's $7.20 a week. And the
Yeah.
taxes, how much do you end up in the hand?
Oh, like 572, what it said last time. So,
Okay.
572. So, I mean, I'm not like terribly hurting, but though it's just, you know, I guess like manageably, you know, like other people here, that's how they live. Like off that, so like
148 taxes, that's not terrible.
no, but they like, you know, some people though. I mean, believe it or not, I talked to somebody last night who was like they live in the same complex as this building, and they're from Mexico, and they make it livable on less than like 2,000 a month. I don't know how, but they do. So like, and they have like 3 other people living with them. But I mean, no, that's what he said. So I don't know. I mean, of course,
Oh,
he's
they'd have
about
to
to.
do that.
Yeah, but see though, he said though in like 2 more months he's going to be deported because he doesn't have documents, so he can't stay here. And he said 2 more months he's going to be deported back to Alibaba. I forget where he said was from in Mexico. They're going to deport him back because he doesn't have his documents. So because
Big Al's gold watch, you're a cunt.
yeah, so
Big
he's going to
Al.
go. But though, yeah, no, I understand, Archie, and I appreciate it. I won't say anything, you know, because I don't
Now
really
tell me
want
this,
to.
how many watches do you reckon you need? I was talking to a guy last night. Let me tell yesterday. I was talking to a guy yesterday. It was my day off. A
Yeah,
good friend of mine, he's got a Sea Dweller 4000,
that's a nice watch.
Mildow Sea Blue, 40 mil Explorer 1, Air King, that's the newer one with the crown guards, and
Okay.
a two-tone root beer.
Honestly, I think literally any like double collection of Rolexes is like excellent. I know some people like if you only got like a Datejust and you've got a Daytona, you got a good collection. If you got like a Air King and a GMT Master 2, whatever, that's excellent. Because you know, I mean, I really like the GMT Master. I mean, there's another watch on it on the planet like it. But they are rather
A lot of
expensive.
money.
Yeah, that I saw one.
I said, I don't think these watches are an investment anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, honestly, the older GMT Masters, if you've seen them like on the UK version of Antiques Roadshow and all that over like the last 20 years or so, they've actually gone for quite a
Oh,
bit.
no, but that's
So
no, that's the vintage. But most people, let's clarify this, Terry. Most people bought Datejust. They haven't really gone that same way.
no, not
You
less to go to
understand?
platinum. Yeah, not less to like two-tone to go to platinum. But though the problem is though, like you can walk into any AD with Rolex now, and you can get a Datejust, but they won't sell you a Samana and one of the professional models because they want you to wait.
Of
But
course.
if you go on Chrono 24 and sites like that, or certified pre-owned dealers like David SW, you can buy one that's like 6, 7, 8 years old, that's been certified, no problem. And like bank wire transfer and all that, a credit card is yours within like you get it within like 5 days. That's the thing of it. But
But-
the Explorer,
Well, that's not
Explorer 2, no, but like the Explorer and Explorer 2, you never have to worry about those because they will never, probably ever outsell. Those are usually always found somewhere. And it's the same thing with like the Air King models. Like they're not that rare. They're rare, but they're not that rare. But you give it another 5 years, so the Air King's going to be a really rare one, and like even the newer ones. But like you can easily get those too. It's just the other models like the Savannah, certain versions of the Savannah and all that. Those are the ones that's going to be harder to get, especially like the Starbucks model or the Hulk. The Hulk is going to become very collectible probably in another 3-4 years. Because that's going to be like a rare dial thing, and like it's just like the one Bronson wear in that movie, The Mechanic. Believe it or not, there was actually some subsequent thing asked about that model, Samana that he wore.
How are you, Ozzy?
Hello.
G'day, gentlemen.
Hello.
Doing well.
Ozzy,
And
I was just hang on 1 minute, Terry. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, Aussie expat. And he's got a Sea Dweller 4000, Milgauss Sea Blue, Explorer 140, Air King, the new Air King with the crown guards, and a two-tone root beer. And I said, you know what? Because they're kind of like an investment. It's his hobby. And I said, no longer are these investment class anymore. I said, that is over. If I were you, I would keep 2 or 3 watches, start dumping.
Yeah,
I said, your money.
would say so. Well, 2 of them never really had any history of being. Well, he's got the Sea Dweller 4K. That's pretty good. Sea Dweller 4K is good.
Yeah, I said keep that. Keep the Z Blue. Dump the rest.
The Z Blue I would offload, unless Rolex come out with another Milgauss. That is only going to decline.
I must tell you, he's got an offer to buy the 40 mil Explorer 1, and I said, well, dump that. Okay, he makes a slight profit. Retail. I said, get out of that. A bird in the hand is 2 in the bush. You know the saying?
Yeah.
And I said, I would personally, I'd keep the Sea Dweller 4000, the Z Blue, dump the rest, and put the money into a LIC. You know what a LIC is? A licensed investment company. And they basically buy it's like a Vanguard because they buy the whole exchange.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a few ways of doing that, but yeah, I don't know if that
in Australia we got
an Australian thing that's a little bit better. There's
a company called AFI or ARG. That's the ticker code, ASX code. Okay. They are both. But basically they buy the indexes. Okay. Yeah. And they actually outperform. They actually.
I mean, I'd watch out for fees on that. What's the fee on that?
No. They're basically they're a stock. They're a traded stock. They buy shares.
But what's the fee?
What do you mean by
there's
fee?
A fee. There's an annualized fee.
Hello,
so,
Mr.
for example, in America, we've got Voodoo.
No, there's not, because it's basically you're buying a stock.
No,
hey,
that's not.
Goldberg.
Chesterfield.
You get dividends. You get dividends. You get dividends.
No, I know, but what's the management fee? So in Australia, so I like index funds, and that sounds like an index fund. They all have a management fee. In Australia, I don't really like the idea of doing that as much, because in Australia, to get to replicate 90% of the index, you just need to buy 10 stocks in Australia, maybe even 4, and you could replicate most of the index without a management fee. Everywhere else in the world, yeah, I go index, but the Australian stock market doesn't have that many big players. And the big players are really big, like BHP Billiton, Commonwealth Bank.
AFI charges a very low management fee, ranging between 0.14 and 0.16 per annum. There you go.
That's good. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Answer.
Yeah.
Goldberg, world's greatest dog trainer.
Chesterfield,
cool guy.
World's greatest bullshitter.
We had Terry Boston. His partner overdosed on ibuprofen and has been rushed to hospital.
That's a hell of a headache, Terry. I'm sorry.
Now, Terry was actually considering marrying this guy not so long ago. Can you give him some advice?
Yeah, but see, though, He yesterday got into a conflict with his family, I guess, from where it sounded, because I called him 3 times yesterday. And he was supposed to arrive on a 6:15 plane this evening.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, whoa. Just sorry. He was coming to you now?
He can't
Today,
make the
yeah.
plane today.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's
Because-
due to come to you today. for the
Right,
visit.
he's in the hospital, so in the psych ward. He's been admitted.
Wait, on his end or your end?
No, his end. He's all the way in Virginia. So I'm an hour behind him because there it's almost 7.
I think the best advice is take the SIM out and don't answer the phone.
Well, that is a bit harsh, but I'm not sure you're entirely wrong. Well, ibuprofen is a hell of a way to go, Terry. It's a hell of a way to go.
You
Yeah,
need
I
to
mean,
take
it
a
is.
fuckload of ibuprofen, but you need to take a fuckload of them. That's not just one tablet too many. You need to fucking take in a packet too many.
All right.
So, do you think it was hostility caused by his mother and grandmother that he got in the conflict with?
It doesn't
that
matter.
He
It doesn't
accidentally...
matter the reason.
You know
He's
what?
a nut
That's
job. He's a
that's
wacko.
It doesn't matter, Terry. You're never going to figure it out. It doesn't.
True.
Here's what you can do. You can be supportive, and now you can just slow shit down. Because imagine that he was freaking out, at your house.
Yeah. So, well, he's on
Archie.
antidepressants. So, as he said.
Yes.
Archie, I
Yes,
don't
on
like
the
the look of
expat.
AFI. I'd go with VAS, Vanguard Australian Shares ETF. Half the expense ratio, and as a passively managed ETF, not actively managed. I don't like that active management stuff. Yeah, so that's what I do. I'd stay away from AFI, go for VAS.
And that's
You
a
know,
traded
I know
stock,
we're-
is it? Is it a traded
Yeah,
stock?
it's an ETF in the same way. The problem with AFI is the fees are double VAS, and then it's actively managed and a closed-ended fund. Like there's a lot of mechanics in there, but basically it's not the same thing that you hear most Americans investing in. Most Americans invest in like a mutual fund. Those are open-ended funds, not closed-ended. Closed-ended has different properties that are kind of wacky. I wouldn't touch a closed-ended, actively managed fund.
Yeah,
Not as a basic investment. That's
much
not
higher fees. Plus, you got to qualify your way in. And, it's kind of old school
Low,
stuff.
but the fees we said 0.16%.
I agree they're low for an actively managed fund, but still the properties are being actively managed and closed-ended.
Actively managed means they've got some fiduciary controls over it.
Fiduciary. But I mean, if it's an index fund, there's not a lot of management to be had.
No, it's not an index fund. It's purely active.
Okay.
And like, why pay them a management fee if the fund mostly replicates the index anyway? It's like, what's the point?
That's a question mark. Listen, I have another question for Terry, Mr. Sir Bolton, on this whole thing.
Yes, sir.
So the plane ticket, which
Right.
because he was due in to see you, who paid for the plane ticket?
Well, he basically
You've got a payday loan out, Mark. You've got a
from a
payday
firm.
loan.
From a firm. He took out an affirm loan to pay
I
for
see.
it.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that's right. That's crazy right there. But I guess what I'm getting at is you didn't pay for it.
No, but there's another problem though. It's not refundable. It's only insured. It's not refundable.
Have you given
So-
him any? Have you given him any money?
No, no.
Okay, then I feel better about this.
Yeah.
Because it sounded a little bit like the Nigerian prince scam, according to Sir Danny.
I mean, I was going to give him a Christmas present when he got here because he did get me some Flores clone. That was the aftershave Bond wall. But though I was going to give him like $300 for a Christmas present. But
Yeah,
I guess
get, but you didn't get that far. And then how do you
No.
know? How do you know what happened? Who called you?
Well, basically, I was at work yesterday, and I guess in the midst of all this, it all happened. He got in a big confrontation with his family. For some reason, he seems to wear like he has to have permission from them to do anything, or come, basically to come and see me. And I was supposed to talk to them today when he was on his way to the airport, even though he was just going to call for an Uber or a Lyft to drive him there, so that way he wouldn't have to pay for parking at the airport each day to leave his car. And so, anyways, so he was going to have his grandmother take him, and he even offered to give her $50 for fuel, but she complained to him, and
Listen,
so his mother and
can
everything.
let me redirect you, Terry. Who called you?
He did.
And he called you on the way to the hospital.
No, when he got to the hospital,
I
he
see.
called me.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is before they took his phone and his shoelaces and his belt, I assume.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So
well, I'm sorry to hear it, Terry. I'm sorry.
the psychiatrist had already came in to see him early this morning because the hours and everything.
He probably went
So-
into
Hey, Terry,
ER, and then
Terry,
they
you're pulling down the audience. We've got
Super chat.
Aussie expat worth
Don't we have a
$7
super
million.
chat?
He doesn't want to talk about Psycho Ward. We've already addressed it. We've given you the advice. You can either take it or not take it. Now we need to move more upscale because you're pulling us down.
Well, to be fair,
Let
I
me
did
put
ask
this
him.
into an
I did
Aussie
ask.
context. We're in a swimming pool, and I've got 2 Besser blocks around my neck. You know Besser blocks, right? We've got to throw those Besser blocks away and keep swimming. Okay, so let's get on to winner talk. If you had $100 million, Mark, what watch would you buy?
I would $100 million. I don't know. I don't care about watches.
Yeah, at 20 million, I wouldn't care. At 20, I wouldn't care.
I gave advice to a young guy. He's got 70,000 Aussie. What's that? 50,000 US in watches. 5 good Rolexes. I said, keep 2, sell 3. What do you think of that advice?
I'd want to know the rest
100%.
of his financial picture, though.
But he's so
Okay, he's
young.
got about another-
He's so young.
He's
That's
got
the
a
issue, I think.
100 in the bank. He's got another 50 to 100 in the bank. I said I wouldn't be keeping it in the bank.
I
I'd be
agree.
looking at a.
Yeah.
Invest. Sell those
Invest. He needs
Rolexes.
to-
Put them into solid financial investments, and they'll, by the time he's
Well,
ready to
I'd
retire-
wait until he's fully invested, actually. Like, there's no point selling just to hold more cash.
True.
Can I interject something?
Yes.
He's got a buyer at the moment for the Explorer 1, which gives him a little bit of a profit on the Explorer. I said,
Good.
take it.
Take it.
So-
yeah.
A bird in
With-
the hand is 2 in the bush.
With 100 million, I would buy a cigarette boat or a sailboat and buy a Yachtmaster. Or if I was going to buy an Air King or a GMT, I'd buy that and then I would buy a small plane, a Cessna.
Well, what would you do if you had
I would
$23
buy a
million?
jet card with Amalfi. Do any of you guys get the feeds for Amalfi?
The Amalfi Coast?
Yeah. But though, a Cessna's
That's a
easy
private
to fly.
jet company.
Yeah.
And
Terry.
I'd want to take a Global 7,000. Global 7,000.
I have a question
And-
for Terry. Terry, what would
Yes,
you buy
sir.
if you had? What would you buy if you had
Would you
23
fly
million
private, Mark? If you were
What?
given the chance, would you fly private?
No, yeah, in somebody else's jet, sure. No, I don't want
He
it.
has flown private. Remember, he told you that.
No, I've flown, business class, first class, on airlines, but private, no. Terry, what would you do if you had $23 million in a secret Swiss bank account? What would you?
Well, I would probably buy the dream watch I want, the Rolex Amana 6538. I'd have to find one at auction now. They're hard to get.
But what if you couldn't buy it? What if you couldn't do it till you were 70?
Well, then who knows if I'll make it to 70 because
Here
I
we go.
might
We got
not
a
live
super
that
chat.
long.
I got a super chat. I got to get this super chat. It's getting old. Black Cat 9975 bucks. Is there a total world market ETF type vehicle in Australia?
In Australia,
You could buy that.
I know
anywhere.
Australia has certain rules about foreign shares that may preclude a lot of just bulk investment. Hold on, let me have a look. I'll get back to you.
I mean, I
I'll
would
get back to you.
imagine whatever country you're in, you could buy ETFs coming out of any other country, like particularly America.
No, you can't. You
Is
can't.
that right? Interesting.
Yeah. They don't want Australian money ending up investing in there's a cap, I think. Like, someone tell me if I'm wrong. Look, I've never actually spent any money in Australia, There's a cap, which also means there's less interest in funds to launch products there for foreign shares because, there's only so much people can invest in it anyway. So the market's limited.
I see, but I do not understand. Super chat.
Super chat, Madman, $5. I love it when you grab the stream by the horns, Arch. Unlimited money. I would buy Swatch and/or Richmond and free all the brand.
Is
Just
that
turn them
possible?
loose.
Yeah, what else I would do is I would release ETA and value to all the whole industry, I'd make it available to anybody.
I did
That's
want to
what I
tell you
would
something.
do.
I did want to tell Mark something, Mr. Goodbeck. Okay, as you know, and you weren't wrong about this, I will say this, okay? Your Longines, as it turns out, there is 3 or 4 new models they came out with about 4 months ago. They are using in-house movements. That doesn't make them better, but they are using in-house movements. It's a new rollover thing they're doing.
You know what? We had a small
Yeah.
emergency here, and I didn't hear a word of that. You'll have to repeat it all, but maybe a bit later, so we don't bore you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
What emergency you've got? Has a dog shat on your
Oh,
carpet or
I got
something?
there's things happening on this end.
Aussie expat.
The kitten is taking off in a whirlwind.
That's okay. You go and deal with it if you have to, Mark. That's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
We'll
I
give
think
you
it's all good
permission.
now. I think I'm back.
Aussie
So do-
expat. I would say, do you agree? If you've heavily invested in watches, they're no longer a great hedge anymore. They're actually
Cut your
get
losses.
out if you.
Yeah, if you're relying on the number going up, I would say look elsewhere. It could it could go up, but it's just I don't think there's a good short-term look at that, you know. It's not wisely invested as I would put. Getting back to the question on like an equivalent for VT in Australia, I think because of those restrictions I talked about, there's a clear delineation between ETFs that are non-Australian versus Australian. So you would have to buy you'd probably have to buy VAS for the Australian share, and then you could add VTS for US market and VEU for the rest of the world. But you're going to have to balance that yourself. Like you're going to need 3 funds: VAS, VTS, VEU, I think is what might be available too. But I think Australians are capped on how much foreign ownership they can hold in their account. I'm not sure.
Let me just say this to you, Aussie expat.
Yes.
Aussie, I
Yeah.
wanted to say this to you. If you've got the majority of your money in watches, get the fuck out of it. It's a disaster. When are you going to start offloading yours and say, you know what? I'm going to put a ceiling in there. I only need 10. You're a minimalist. You're really a minimalist.
Well,
You don't
I would
even
like
own
to
a
be.
house.
I would like to be, but I mean, I've looked at the collection and there's like 6 watches that I think I could get down to, but
What would they
below
be?
that, 1 GMT Master 2, not 2. So I'll go Pepsi and not the Batman. 1 Submariner and not 2. I'll go the Hulk. But I want 2 Daytonas. I want my gold Daytona. I want my steel Daytona.
You would be very
I want the
hypey. You're
Explorer
very
2.
hypey. Anything special, like a black swan there?
But all Rolex is hypey. I mean, what?
Okay,
I mean,
so
I
you
say
want
the
a
Explorer 1 makes it into the
Pepsi,
collection. It would
a
still be the
Hulk,
same thing.
2 Daytonas. What's the other 2 watches?
A GMT Master 2, an Explorer 2 Polar. And is there one more? Is there room
Okay.
for the Explorer 36? I don't know. But yeah, I'd let go of the Air King basically. And
How would
the
you sell them?
duplicates.
Would you sell them back to your dealer?
I've known people who do that, and I don't understand. Like I've always been warned that they offer very low, but I would go to David SW. He seems to always offer the highest cash rate,
Yeah,
and then
easy to
and
deal.
then I'd saber rattle to see if I could find a local buyer, because that's what happened with my Speedy. So David SW offered 4,500 for my 3861 Sapphire Sandwich. That guy's a businessman, you know. He offered the highest amount with no conditions. There was another one who also offered 4,500, but he said, "Oh, but depending on condition." And then I found a local buyer for 5,000. So that's how I went. But you know, I'd be happy. I'd love to do business with David SW basically in the end. And I don't need more money than he offers. Except it did sting a little bit on the Omega because that was a 40% cut. Sorry.
Do you see yourself getting out of watches eventually and saying, well, look, I only need a handful of watches?
I think if I didn't live in Las Vegas anymore, that could happen very easily. Because here I can wear any of these watches and go out and have fun. But if you imagine living in London or almost anywhere else, it's just not that safe to wear these things. You can't wear them everywhere.
Brisbane. But I mean, listen, having 4, 5, 6 Rolexes, you're still a watch collector. It isn't, you know, having 30 of them just means you're a mega collector.
Right.
But you know.
My wife's gold Daytona. That's a big one. That's a lot of money. And she loves her Land Dweller. Yeah, she loves her Land Dweller.
Watch collector 1990s, $8. Will Mark wear a Harvel datograph? Harvel.
What is it? What is it? Don't even
What
know
is that thing?
I don't know. Should we look it up? Can we
I'll
be
have a
bothered?
look.
All right, good job.
So I'm looking at a GMT, and I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to buy.
Rolex.
No.
Those are like $22,000.
No, you can get a 5-digit.
They're still like 18 used.
No, they're not.
Seen?
You can get a nice one for 10, 12, I'm pretty sure. Or you can get the 40 millimeter Polar Explorer for like, I don't know, 8,500.
What about Breitling? Do they have anything in that range? No?
Yeah, well, Breitling be a bit cheaper. Breitling's got the Avenger GMT, very, very nice.
Okay. That's steel or titanium.
This is fucking gorgeous. I love the colors. Look at this. This
Would
is
I
a
wear
Harvel datograph. What do you think of that?
Well, it's vintage, so
No.
it's gonna be small. Like how? Look, I like the way this looks. Okay, but I bet this is 34, 36 millimeters, maybe. It's gonna be teeny weeny, but it is
How's
cool.
this for political correctness? Look at this here.
Yes. What are we looking
Wouldn't
at?
it be
It's coming,
cool
it's coming.
if the whole world could be like Willy Wonka?
He's
and
holding a
chocolate
cigarette
factory?
in his hand.
I don't know.
Wear
I
a
don't-
calendar on your. What do you think of that? You like the cigarette? in
Yeah,
his
look
hand?
at look. That's like 34 millimeters. When a
That
man-
looks like it's from the 50s.
Yeah, it's too small, and it'll be delicate, and it won't be shockproof, waterproof. It won't even be dustproof, but it's cool.
Well, but see, though, back then when
Okay,
there
I
were
think
like
we've
so
given
many,
you $8 value. It's
when there were
steel,
like so
actually. It's
many,
steel.
they
feel
were
like,
like
Archie,
competing with that.
We need to give the punters in the audience the value of a little bit of watch talk. There's 126 people hungering for a little bit of watch talk, so that's who we're here for the punters, for the guys.
Okay, but if you go back 50, 60 years ago, how many Swiss brands and also American brands were competing for all that?
Oh, they're all
Like
gone.
shock resistance, waterproofness, and all that. I mean, how many of them out there were? Like almost all of them.
Well, by the
Right.
time they invented a watch that was even dust proof, they were so proud of it that they put it on the dials and in the
Yeah.
advertising. But
Yeah.
remember, in that era,
And
there were
when they had a stainless steel back, it had stainless steel back. You know what I mean? You knew it was a quality watch when it said stainless steel back.
Remember the base metal press on back.
Yeah. Well, see, though, with the older Rolexes that were bubble back, I mean, those actually turned out to be somewhat mediocre, more valuable,
There was a time when there was a shoe repair guy on every corner and a watchmaker on every single corner.
Yeah, I know. There was a lot of those in London, it's the same one, but
Yep.
yeah.
Long gone because nobody wears watches anymore. And the
Well,
ones
did you hear what
Is that
happened?
the same guy who went into the TV repair business as well, Marky?
Well, you went into the TV repair business. You went into the computer repair business. You know what? You are an expert at picking the businesses that are going to be obsoleted.
So did you even
YouTube
though
is destroyed, self-destructing YouTube. But hey, there is an interesting super chat that we should look at right now.
Here we go. We got World Watch Collector 1993 bucks. Will Mark wear a time to fuck watch?
So funny that you should mention that because I live, eat, breathe, sleep, bathe, shower. I do every single thing in a watch.
a Rolex?
But this one's a Breitling. But because I rotate among whatever. But that is the one thing I don't do in a watch.
Can I actually tell Archie something?
Well, hold on. Let me finish my sentence. For multiple reasons, and one of them is, I don't want to chip his tooth, but the other is, I like my watches, and I feel like I might be setting the bezel to time things or looking at it, and it could be offensive.
Okay, so I totally understand what Archie means by Patek Philippe, because about 8 years ago, I was at a prestigious jewelry store. I tried on my very first Patek. I didn't buy it, but I got to try it on. And you know something? I almost had an orgasm just looking at it and wearing it. So I totally understand what Archie means by status symbol and wearing a Patek.
I feel like that's premature, that's a premature horology, episode. That's not
Well,
good.
the guy behind me said, you can time your orgasm.
Well, only if you had a flyback chronograph that measured up to the 100th of a second.
Yeah, it's an experience almost like when you get the keys to your first row.
Terry, I have in fact tried on a couple of Patek Philippe's, and I did not find them orgasmic or even.
Why not though? Because it's almost like you got the key to the Golden Castle.
Let me give you the answer to that question in one single word.
Not sporty enough.
That's multiple words, Terry. I said one single word. Rolex.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because they're beefy, they're meaty.
Well, yeah, they are. They are.
I mean, I tried on Fella's, I don't know. Archie, Fella's annual calendar chronograph. What is that?
We've got a big super chat here. Look at this, guys. Madman, $10.
Super chat.
$10 from Madman. 4-piece, full yellow gold Hunger Buster. Zombie GMT. Matte green dial day date. Bluesy and Pikachu Daytona on Oyster Flex. Covers all bases, 4 different dial colors, 4 different bracelet. Is it perfect? The only problem is it's expensive. It's very expensive.
I think it's fantastic. So the Zombie GMT, that's the yellow gold GMT with the Jubilee bracelet. The only way to get a full gold Jubilee bracelet. So that's phenomenal. The matte green dial day date. I'm not so sure about that. I really like the ombre dial day date, and on the yellow gold you get the green ombre. I'd go for that. Bluesy, full gold bluesy, that's amazing. Pikachu Daytona on Oyster Flex.
Yeah, it's true. You do.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think it's pretty good.
You don't have
that wouldn't cost that much, Archie. That wouldn't cost that much in today's market. Each one of these is like 30,000, except for the Pikachu Daytona, which is probably 40,000.
Well, the bluesy's not even.
It's a lot of money.
Yellow gold bluesy would probably be 30.
I thought last week he was talking about buying a Yachtmaster.
This would be fantastic, Madman. Like, if you want to execute on that, I think you could be very happy, except at some point you're going to get sick of yellow gold. Now, if you just love yellow gold, cool, but I feel like every now and then you might not want to wear the yellow gold is the only thing. Like, it sounds cool, but you might feel like a different...
And when you want another brand in there?
Rolex.
Nah.
Zenith.
Nah, that's good.
Wouldn't you want a gold Speedmaster in there? Wouldn't you want that?
I like.
But I know Madman has the gold blank pane. He's got the 9-carat gold blank pane as a diver.
You need a Breitling and an Omega when you want to go down market.
So let me ask you this: I know a lot of people give them crap and they really don't like them, but why is it though people don't like Yima?
Because it's garbage.
Precisely. It's just all of a sudden Facebook marketing.
Garbage.
They use in-house movements.
Yeah. So does Seiko. So does Seagull.
Well, yeah.
Sorry,
so
gentlemen.
does
I got to cook,
so
and then I
Orient.
got to get my son to swimming lessons. So I'll see you guys. But
by the way, I saw
nice.
a Toyota Sienna. I saw a Sienna yesterday
in Australia.
China.
No, in China. Okay, I didn't know they had them out there.
Yeah, Toyota Sienna. Yeah, they're like a longer Tarago, aren't they?
It's a big Tarago. it's like you take a Tarago and then just do, a little bit.
Add on a bit. Yeah, that's actually quite a nice looking vehicle.
But Archie,
Yeah.
with one difference, he's not Daryl from accounting.
But you know, if you had a Sienna, that's all the car you need for the rest of your life.
Right. If you pair it up with some all-terrain
You got a Sienna,
tires.
haven't you? You got a Sienna.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, that's what I got. And I've got the one with like the Blu-ray
ageless as
player and
well.
everything.
You don't know exactly what year it is because they're kind of ageless, aren't they?
I know the generation. It's hard to tell what year. I agree,
Yeah.
but the generations last about 12 years.
Oh,
I
see,
think
that's
the last generation was like 12 years.
Driving that car with your little kids in it, knowing that you're going to keep it until you're driving your grandchildren in the same vehicle.
I love it. It's amazing. It's
know
like
you're-
wearing a Rolex.
you're
It's like this is the experience I will have. It will not get old. There will be nothing
Yeah, the
more
only
fulfilling than
time-
driving your
the only
family
time
around.
you
You
get-
know.
It's like this. The only time you can't drive a Sienna is when you're actually poor. When you're wealthy, it's self-wealth arrogance.
But can I tell
But
you
if you
guys
were
something
poor,
though?
you need to have a BMW in the driveway.
But can I tell you
Yeah.
something though? Him and his wife and his family is exactly the kind of people I would have sold an E-Class to. Believe it or not, I would have.
I
Easily.
understand.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
Easily.
I understand that.
Because
Terry,
But I think it's like the $20 million thing, like my cutoff. At 20 million, I think I would just get rid of all my watches. Like,
but
there's
you know,
nothing.
you look like the E-Class type.
Yeah,
You
but
do.
at $20 million, the number of dollars you have tied up in watches would be less significant. You wouldn't really care.
It would be, but I think I would just not really have a watch.
The time to get
potentially.
rid of
like
them
I wouldn't.
is when you're, the time to get rid of them is when you're wanting to build wealth, not when you're already like at, maximum throttle.
Yeah.
The reason that I want to get rid of some is, as I'm getting older, I feel like I could simplify my life a little bit.
hmm
I
I
I think
agree. I
there's
mean, I
something
spend
to
a
be said with that,
non-zero
Mark.
amount of
Unless you-
time on my watches.
Mhm.
All right,
I
I
tend
gotta
to
run.
agree with
I
you,
gotta
Mark.
I gotta be cooking.
Okay,
All right.
thank you,
Catch you
Aussie
later.
Have a good
Expert, for
day.
coming on, man.
Adios, amigo.
That was an interesting thing with that Aussie expat there.
It was an interesting
I
thing
know.
with Aussie expat there.
If I could go back 10 years, I would have sold him and his family an E-Class. I easily would have.
Why you were that good a salesman? You sold you.
Oh yes, I told you about the influence of me and the sales manager and the one guy who was really wealthy who gave me shit over an S-Class, didn't I?
I want to know.
Remember?
I have a feeling you're going to tell it all over again, but I'd like to know why you left that job.
Because too much competition, too much headache, and the other sales staff was beginning to treat customers harassingly and rough and
Yeah, but that would just
rudely.
make you stand out as the guy to go see.
Well, let me tell you this: I never, ever, ever judged a customer by the cover. I didn't care if they came in wearing a $3,000 suit or not, whatever. I was always courteous to every customer.
That is so
And-
important. I actually had quite a bit of trouble at Mercedes and BMW, dressed like a dog trainer, but with ready to write a check for the car that day.
Here's the thing with Mercedes, okay? Now, okay? They expect you to look high class. But here's the thing. What they don't realize, if you're like 70 and you come
And
in
do you
with
think
jeans
high
and a
class,
shirt
all the
on,
plastic they use in the engine bay, is that high class?
well, yeah, but here's the thing, though.
The amount of
They all-
plastics they use in the engine bay is a disgrace.
Well, it is, yeah, because they're not made the way they used to be. I mean, but the older ones, I mean, they would go for hundreds of thousands of miles of proper maintenance with no problem. And they were decent cars, When I sold them, they were still made in Germany and all that. And a lot of them aren't anymore. They're made like, in South Africa and places, in America. The quality isn't the same. But I can tell you this, though. I did get the experience of the newer generation SL when it came out. I was going to tell the Chief Ted about it the other night. I actually got the experience of test driving that model, the SL550, when it first came out. It is a splendid coupe. It really is. It was like better than the previous generation because it had more torque and power in the engine. And it would go from 0 to 60 much faster than the previous model. It was an excellent car. And in my first quarter, when we got those in, I actually was able to sell 5 of those to actually, believe it or not, 3 of the customers were Irish.
Terry,
And
why are
2
you working at Walmart? You
2
really
are
need to
Italian.
be-
Because
you
in America, nobody buys these damn things. Do you understand that? It's not like Europe. People over here do not buy it, unless you're in San Diego or somewhere. People do not buy it here.
But
They
there's
don't.
people buy cars in every town, city.
Would they
and-
Toyota and Honda sells, but not Mercedes.
What's
Like
wrong
the
with selling
sales,
Toyota?
the
What's wrong with
sales
selling-
for Mercedes Benz in North America is
What-
shit. Look it
Yes,
up
but
over the last
selling
4
cars
years.
is-
What about
selling-
that bow ties guy? I'd go to that bow tie, Benz and bow ties.
He's in New
Yeah,
Jersey.
Have you
Terry's very far from there.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though. Everyone out here loves Toyota for some reason. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, then why don't you
the-
sell them?
well, I would, but see, the commission's not the same. Do you know what I was making per month when I was doing
You
bins?
can't make less at a Toyota dealership than you.
Oh, yes, you can. They don't. That's not
Actually,
the same.
Mr. Zoso works in Toyota. We could tee up. He's also in New Jersey.
I don't know. I mean,
Terry's
look,
not in New Jersey.
if I was going to sell Toyota, I would try Lexus, but essentially that's the same thing. So, you know, I mean, because here's the thing. Do you know why they sell so well in
De
Australia? and
Niro
places?
said that. You see that when De Niro selling the Audi A8?
Yeah, because I love that movie.
Nike, you know that footage from the movie where he's
Yeah.
selling the A8 to those people?
Yeah, I saw that. It
I
was
played it
funny.
on my show before.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. But I'll be honest with you, okay? Everybody here does not buy that, okay? They buy Lexus, they buy Toyota.
Mr. Zoso says my average salesman makes 90,000 average.
There you go.
Okay, when I sold Benz in UK, I was making 380 a year. So that's what I'm saying. But
Well,
here's
then
the
why
thing.
are you working at Walmart if you're that good?
Because that's only temporary. I mean, I don't. I know in America.
You've been there 8 months. It's time to go.
No, I've been there 3 months.
Well, why don't we work our way up into something better? I'm just saying, you know what? And listen, the reason I'm saying this, Terry, I'm not knocking you. What I'm saying is you're too good for this.
I know. But here's the thing, though.
You have
I
the
mean, you
accent that
literally-
every
it doesn't-
American wants to listen to, and you
But
have
here's the thing.
the product knowledge.
But can I tell you something though? In America, it's not so easy to get promoted because you literally got to suck the other guy's cock in order to get ahead, and it still doesn't
That
matter.
is right up your alley, my friend.
No, it isn't.
Now we got a super chat. Loose Soul, $15. Great career move for you, Art. Sell your Breguet, buy a Sienna, get yourself licensed, and do luxury transfers from Brisbane to airports, the Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, etc.
Yeah, what do you have to do to get a livery license? You know, like a limo.
Oh, it's actually it's called a DA, Driver's Authority, and I actually had one. I just let it lapse.
Is there a
I could
background check? And can you pass it? Bless you.
Kazoon height.
Excuse me. Ah!
We want to have a good look.
Look, you can easily get one. They're not that hard to get, but the problem is it's a very loose soul. It's a competitive market. Basically, that's Uber. You could do that with Uber. That's the easiest way to run that sort of business.
Yeah, that's
And,
what Camrys and Lexus ESs are for. Like easily, like you use that as your Uber or Lyft car. That's usually what they use them for, like taxi service.
I remember taxis. There's not so many around here now, but boy, back in the day, Chicago was loaded with them.
I know. I've been to Chicago. I told you that.
I used to, yeah. I mean, when I lived in Chicago, but I was going out drinking to the bars, I wouldn't even take my own car. It was just easier to get in a cab, you know, and then be able to taxi home. And I mean, from anywhere you would want to go back then to home, it's never going to be more than 20.
Here's the honest truth. Okay, Toyota, yes, they.
How is your Camry going in America? In the UK, is it still there? You sold it? What
Yeah,
happened
it's
to
still
it?
there. Yeah, actually, I'll tell you a secret. What I did was I took the battery out of the car and I actually put it in a storage area where it's safe, like from heat and cold and all that. And so,
Yes.
and I actually put something behind the car. That way they can't dig it out. But so that way, like if they tried to tow it away, they couldn't because it's tied up to a thing where
Why
it
are they
can't
trying
move.
to go away? Have you missed the payments or what?
No, the payments are fine. No, I haven't missed any payments since last August. No, everything's fine with the car. It's just it wasn't an accident. So somebody backed into me, and I tried to go through the damn police report thing before I left the UK, and they're retarded, and they didn't really want to go through the whole thing of trying to get the subpoena thing done. So basically, they told me I had to pay £1,000 in order to clear up the insurance. That way, they could fix the modular thing that makes the car automatically stop, and for the car in front of me, you know, the automated emergency brake thing. I'm sure your Beamer had it, where like if somebody brakes in front of you, it's like a major function. The car will stop automatically. Okay,
Yeah.
so I had to clear that up. So basically, I had to pay £1,000 to the stupid insurance company in order for them to get the legal document thing set up, so that way they can get the video footage of the stupid cunt that backed into me at the petrol station. Yeah, all that fun.
I see.
Yeah. So, but other than that, though, it's been a splendid car. You know, the alarm and the phone thing and the windows inside of it still work fine. So I guess long live the Toyota, like the Corolla and the Camry, live forever. No, it's hilarious, really. But no, really though, no. When I move back to the UK, I'm buying a Benz, and I don't care if it's 12 years old. I make damn sure the thing was built in Stuttgart, and I'm going to get an E-Class. I want an E-Class. I want the 3.5 liter engine in, you know. It gives out like 270 horse. You know what I'm talking about?
It's not a good
buy
engine,
one.
Terry.
It's a
The
very
early
good.
ones of those were problematic. That's a V6.
Well, the 09 model was good though. You know, because that was before they
Hey,
came
we
out.
got Mark. Let's talk to Mark. Where's Mark gone?
I think he went to the restroom. Look, here's the thing. I appreciate your advice, Archie. I really do. You're a great friend, and you always have been. But I won't say anything rash or anything to him tonight when I talk to him. I'm going to call him in another hour or so, see how he is.
Yeah, that's it. Just be cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
Say no worries. It's okay. Just give it a bit of a break. Have some rest. Don't worry about it.
Are you still moving to Asia in like 4 or 5 months?
There
No
now.
idea.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, how's things go? How are things going with the couple?
Is this dog food you've prepared? What is this photo you have sent me, Mark?
Well, that's why I have to. I'm heating dinner up right now. I made this today, and it looks so beautiful. I just wanted to share my Italian cooking.
What is it? What is
It's
it?
it's a pasta creation with cream sauce, peppers, onions, garlic, and Italian sausage with 3 cheeses.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. You should open a restaurant.
I just
Are you
kind of-
part Italian now?
I'll bring it up.
No. I just invented my own recipe, and
You know, I would love to move to Italy because it's so nice there, you know.
isn't that pretty?
Oh, yeah. It looks good.
I know. I got
What
hungry.
sort of meat is that, Mark?
It's Italian sausage.
Oh, that's sausage. That's right, sausage.
Correct.
Now, do you have plenty of red wine for that?
You know, it's a good question. I don't. I should, but
Mhm.
I'm gonna skip the wine.
Okay.
I'll have a Negroni.
Are you going to eat that yourself, or is
No,
Satan's
it's
kitten
way
going to
too
help
much.
you with that?
No, I'm gonna end up. No, the kitten won't eat. Kitten eats off the children's menu, so it's not. It's
Oh,
not a
that's
chicken
right.
nugget.
He's vegan, isn't he? Except in
No,
the bedroom.
no, he's a carnivore, but
The kitten only eats Happy Meals, doesn't he?
correct. That's almost exactly correct.
So there's no problem taking him to Denny's?
He didn't like Denny's. He likes the he likes the proper pancake house, not like fast food. You know.
Oh, IHOP. Okay.
Nah, well, we did kind of like IHOP. It closed. All right, I'll be right back. You're not gonna want to watch me eat.
Okay. Bon appetit.
He's a good guy.
Oh,
Terry,
he is. And
I'm a little bit concerned about your financial situation. I don't understand why you borrowed money at such high interest rates on the car.
Well, it's because the
I
stupid
don't
finance
understand why
company
you
that
went to
picked up the
America.
loan. They picked up the loan. Well, no, I came here because we wanted to see them, and we got talked into partially moving in with them. And so, but I mean, it's not like I've totally evaded my home in the UK. It's still there and everything. The landlord just comes, around to check it's a flat and all that. But we're still going to move back, I mean, it's not like it's the end, And it's not like they've rented it out or anything, because we've kept up with that. But no, I'm going back. I've arranged all that. And and I'll be going back home by the end of this year. But I already called the immigration, so they've got that cleared. And I've already submitted the forms. As a matter of fact, I actually signed and returned all of that on last Monday. So all that's been cleared with immigration and all that in the United States. But yeah, everything's good on that part. Here's the thing, okay? Really, I'll be honest with you. When I had my first job in London, I survived on like £400 a week. And back then that was okay. So really, it's not too bad, And that was actually at the Edinger leather goods shop. I was actually one of the ones who would pack up the boxes and we would ship them out. So, and actually,
Marky,
that's how
I want to read something to you. I want to read some corporate crap to you. Can I read you some?
I'm a little worried about Terry and Ice, though.
Can I read you some corporate crap, Mark?
Yeah, let's hear.
Okay, listen to this. A firm's mission is to deliver honest financial products that improve lives by building a new kind of payment network, one based on trust, transparency, and putting people first. We empower millions of consumers to spend and save responsibly and give thousands of businesses the tools to fuel growth.
This is the bullshit a credit card company would say to try and
This is from a
justify.
firm. Can you believe that crap?
Yeah, they probably charge 37% interest on like payday.
36. I mean, I never heard so much fucking bullshit in my life.
I've actually almost got that paid off. I have it paid off like the end of March. And then they said they would like no, not the car. No, the loan I had through a firm when I bought the shedder. And then they said I did on that one, yeah. And then and then they said that that once I paid it back and everything, they would loan me more money through another finance company to take it out on like a Rolex or whatever. So
what's the interest rate on it?
Oh, on that, it's only like, I think, 8.1 or something, or 7.6. My credit's not totally
I want to know, Terry, who takes out a loan for an airplane ticket? Who finances? Then you got to.
Well, that was him. That wasn't me. I told him not to do it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess the boy, has problems. I don't know.
Can I ask you that? What does he do for work?
He's a pizza delivery driver. So I guess tips aren't exactly well. Right? He works for Domino's.
Okay.
He doesn't wear watches. He does like jewelry. He's all effeminate. He collects Japanese dolls and all that.
Where did you meet this guy?
On Growler. And he's very soft.
How many times have you met him in person?
Oh, we went out to dinner like 6 times.
Terry, email me a pic. You have my email. Send me a picture so I can give you a proper evaluation.
Oh, okay.
I won't show it to anybody else, but let me see what we're talking about here.
Well, can I be honest with you?
Yes.
Okay, he's not exactly slim pickings.
No worries.
Okay, yeah.
No judgment here. Just send it to Mark. He can tell you whether he's a psycho fucker or he's actually. Yeah, well, that's what Mark.
He doesn't drink or smoke or anything. He doesn't drink or smoke.
And if he's a psycho fucker, he'll be Archie's best friend because Archie loves a psycho fucker.
Hey, Marky. I love you, okay?
Well, yes, I know. I know you do. I feel
Yeah,
you.
I'll send you a pic. I forget what your email is, but yeah, I mean, hang
I'll
on a
put
minute.
it
Let
in
me
the
grab
private. Hold on. I'll put it in the private chat.
We all know about psycho fuckers. Can we say that, Marky?
We can say that.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Maybe he's maybe hopefully he's not like Jack the Ripper, but maybe he's the other guy. What's the
Don't
other one?
say that. Don't say that, Terry.
No, it took them 10 years to catch him.
Yeah, we have some experience with that in this room. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in the private chat.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I got you. So, oh wait.
Oh, and by the way, if any of you maniacs out there want a good deal on a Panda, let me know. Not the current one, but the previous one.
What Panda?
Daytona.
Oh,
Oh my God, this is good.
You're getting out of your Panda? What the hell happened, Mark? Tell me what happened.
I just don't wear it enough.
What are you going to do with the money? Just put it into consolidated revenue?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a plan for the money. But oh wait, where
Yeah.
the hell happened?
I don't know. Maybe he's gone to send you that picture.
Well, he wouldn't have to go anywhere to do that. All right. Oh wait, he's coming back. No, it's JR.
No,
Oh, it's
fake. You know who that is? That's fucking what's his name?
Hey, Paul.
Do we really need this guy? Fuck me,
I don't know. You
the
decide.
guy
I'll be
is
right
just
back.
a
I'm grabbing a drink.
Come on, don't be like that, Paul. Come on. I was just thinking.
Have
you ever thought off. Have you ever thought about getting a job? What do you think, Paul?
He has a job.
You know, a real job. What do you think?
I have a job. I entertain you.
Well, it depends on your definition, but I really enjoy the stream, Paul. I just think maybe you should just sort of try and get a proper job now. You know, the gig is up.
Really enjoy the stream. Thank you for your service.
The gig is up, Paul. The gig is up. Should we try and get a proper job now? What do you think?
This
Paul?
was so fucking delicious.
This other dickhead here.
I don't know who's.
What do you mean? Let him on. Come on, Paul.
It might just be you again.
Let him on. Come on, Paul.
Well, that one tried to get on earlier, but had no, gone. See.
Don't be like that, Paul. Come on.
What do you drink? Oh, that's nice soda, actually.
Just a fizzy water. It's a Waterloo is like a 0-calorie, no artificial sugars, just a flavored fizzy water.
Yeah. You know the rules, HR. If you're going to have silly graphics, I'm not going to put it up anymore. I don't need to put up with your shit now that I'm not making the big bucks. Fuck
all right.
face.
He fixed it.
I'm sorry, Paul. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Paul. Come on. Don't be like that. Sorry, man.
All right, listen. JR. Why can't you be funny like Narc?
Because I'm just not naturally as funny. What do you make of that, Mark?
Yeah, well, that's okay. Then we'll let you go.
So downsizing. Speaking of downsizing, he actually downsized to one watch, the Bluesy. He did it.
Well, I don't think that's a bad thing to do. I mean, the Bluesy's a good one. It's kind of an all-arounder. It's a little fancy, compared to just a steel sub, but I think you can pull it off. You can dress it up or down. But that's pretty much true of almost any Rolex. It's a little hard to dress down like a 1908, but other than that, I want a land dweller, Archie. I want a land dweller. And every once in a while, I see some asshole on Facebook. I got the call. I'm like, damn.
Most of the time, they're stuck with solid gold one. You don't want a solid gold one.
No, I'm seeing I hear you. Listen, this is just me. I don't want the 36 millimeter steel. I don't want the gold one. It's the 40 millimeter steel that's the hot commodity. But
they got the white dial, white face, don't they?
Yeah, with the honeycomb. It's kind of a weird dial, which everybody hated when it was released, but now has just grown on everybody. That's the way it is with Rolex. When they introduce anything sort of new or different, You know, people like immediately hate on it, and then instantaneously, then the next phase is they warm up on it because they start seeing it on Instagram a lot, and then they want it. Jimmy says I should get a cubitus. I like those too, but you can't just get a cubitus. You can't just get a land dweller.
Cubitus is fucking expensive.
I know, but you know, it would be an okay buy. What is it, like 30?
I think I'd rather have your fucking gold sub than a cubitus.
Yeah, I know, but you're not going to lose your money on a cubitus either. You know, I don't know. The gold sub is very nice, and with the price of gold going stupid, I don't know whether those are going to increase on the secondary market or not. I'm unsure of that. But because these watch sellers are shark. They know how to buy watches. The secondary guys, they do know how to buy them, and they are taking a big slice. Super chat.
Hurricane, $5. JR 8, a premium curry wrap from Pret. What do you think of that, Paul? He then stared at his mummy's bluesy for 45% of his workday. What do you think of that, Paul?
That was a decent
something.
Impression.
Marky.
Yes.
You've been in the hobby for a long time, right?
Yeah, for a hot minute. Super chat.
It's starting to die down now. The hobby is really dying.
Yes. It started to die down, but when I started writing books, all my creative juices flowed out of my YouTube channel and they went into the books. And I was and then I was like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years like with my up to my tits in books. Or I should say,
it's probably much more profitable for you anyhow financially.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's more bucket list stuff. But I don't know. I really, you know, when in the early days of YouTube, there was a good old Simon Crane and Andy Hunter.
Have you spoken to him lately?
Don Haynes, Matt Stevens. No, Simon Crane and I have not connected in a long time. I don't know what's up with him, but you know, there were these watch channels, and I would never
have thought he would have crossed their side like that. Do you?
I still, to be honest with you, don't understand it, because you know, the group that he's affiliated with is extremely anti-Semitic on the one hand. On the other hand, he used to call me and we had many lovely good conversations. He'd call me in the middle of the fucking night. You know, he'd want to talk for 2 hours. And I like the guy. To be honest with you, I like the guy. I feel like A, he fell in with a bad crowd, and B, there is a problem. You know, there is a problem in the UK with immigration that is making a lot of, you know, native British people suffer. And so there's a problem. I'm not sure he has the solution, but there is a problem. Super chat.
But he was in Scotland. That's not even England.
Yeah, no, I know, but isn't that part of the UK?
I don't think you know the history of the hatred of these people.
I don't know anything about it. I didn't say England. I said the UK. Isn't that Ireland, England, Scotland, Wales?
Yeah, United Kingdom. United. Well,
they're not
sort
that
of united. You know, the potato famine. You know, the potato famine we had to have.
Hey, we have a
like
super
that,
chat.
Yeah.
Super.
We got a super chat. Hurricane, $2. What book sold more copies? Let Dogs, Luxury to Last, or Let Dogs Be Dogs, man.
Well, we don't really know because Chief Tit sort of skewed the sales by buying numerous copies of Luxury to Last, and I don't even know if he has a single copy of Let Dogs Be Dogs, but he has multiples of Luxury to Last. So I am working on him, Archie, to return those though, so we can restore balance and harmony to the sales of our books.
Yes.
Maybe he'll return them when I tell him to. There's another super chat.
CB, $5. Hobby is dying down for wankers that were never in the hobby. Do you agree with that?
That's 100% true. Listen, I have a friend of mine who's really interested in Bitcoin and, you know, all the sort of
Crypto crap.
all the investing things, you know. And I remember when he called me up and he goes, what's going on with watches? Because he had just read the Forbes thing. And he's like, should I start getting into Rolex? I was like, no, because you're a carpetbagger. You don't know about them. You don't care about them. And if you know what you're doing, it's possible to make money, or it was then, but it was just as easy to lose money even then if you didn't keep having your $5,000, you know. It was about the passion. It should be about the passion. It's not about the money. It's about the passion.
That's so true, isn't it, really? Carpet baggers. That's such a great... I haven't heard that term used in a long time.
The carpetbaggers, they just came, you know, into the South right after the Civil War to just, you know, like make money and leave. But they weren't, you know, they weren't native. They didn't really care about the culture, the people. They were just there to pull money out of the system and leave. And there were a ton of those guys. And the ones that really turned me off.
Speaking of carpetbaggers, we've got one just joining us now. Hello.
Doc is no carpetbagger. Or is he? Oh no, that's the real Doc.
Hey guys, I'm working on my audio, of course. I'm always
You sound good. You sound good.
And you know, I hear you're still talking about your book. You know, I wrote a book. I wrote several books.
Did you?
You know about my book, Conspiracy Theories Made Easy, right?
What? I don't. Let's look that up on. Can you send me a link?
This is my cover. This is the cover.
I see.
And then there's a solution to the puzzle on the inside of the book. Isn't that great?
It is great. Where do I get a copy?
My understanding is it's banned on Amazon. We're working on it.
You know, that's a shame. What happened to Terry? He's in and
Amazon
out.
or Fikers, you know, they banned my book.
Well, you know,
I think it has something to do with Michelle Obama.
I feel like it's Hillary's fault. There are some truths that the world is not ready for, Doc, and I feel like they're keeping a very close eye on you.
You know, you have a point too. I forgot about Hillary. She still doesn't like me.
No, well, I mean,
ever since I said those things about her while she was running against Bernie.
Well, quite frankly, I thought that you were the guy who broke the Whitewater scandal.
Well, I'm not going to take credit for that. That's a step too far for me to take credit for that. But I was the one who predicted that she was going to have some sort of a seizure event before she had her 9/11 seizure event. That's a true story.
I don't even remember that. Well, great. Can you, since you know all and see all, can you rip open the envelope and tell us what's wrong with Trump's hands? You okay? What happened?
I just dropped my mic.
Sounds like you sneezed and your mic fell into the toilet bowl. Archie, are you there? Archie's gone. He's just fucking gone.
I'm here.
Are you? I see. Well, there's a super chat. Might you turn on your camera and read it?
Question.
Right. Turn on your.
Thomas
Burnett to bring us back. Where are we?
Mark and Doc, best field watch for the money.
Were you blowing your nose? Were you blowing your nose and you knew I would turn the camera on? And is that why you went dark? You were blowing your nose.
Best field watch. I reckon the IWCs.
For the money? Wouldn't it just be a Hamilton?
Second hand, absolute bargain.
Just like a hammy. How about a hammy?
Hamilton's not luxury, but.
No, he didn't say luxury.
He didn't say luxury at all. He said field watch. That's kind of the opposite of luxury, right? Silence.
I don't understand. I got nothing against Macron's wife. Why is she pulled into all this crap?
First, then we can come back to my book.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't even know who that is. Is that Jill? I think that's Jill. I know Michelle, but the other one I don't even know.
No, that's Mr.
That's
Macron.
the French Prime Minister's wife.
I see. I mean, I really don't. I am not up on the latest.
Where have you been, Marky? Where have you been? You know,
well, you have not kept me abreast of your latest theories.
Oh man. Okay. Well, first of
Be a
all,
ladybug?
we should really answer Thomas's super chat question and then come back to my book, because I have plenty of time to talk about my book.
Best field watch. I reckon the Explorer 1 is probably the best field watch of all time.
You know,
That's a good.
I wasn't
That's
thinking
all
of
right.
that.
That's a good call.
That's very good. You know what? I was thinking, even though it's not really exactly a field watch, I was going to go with Type 20, like a Breitling Type 20.
That's not really
It
a
has
field watch. Is sort of
DNA.
field watch is supposed to be simple.
I know it has field watch DNA.
Hmm.
I know it's not a field watch.
Simple. It's got to be simple, I think.
It is simple though. That's why, I mean, when they wanted it for their Air Force, they wanted something that was simple, easy to read, but they just needed to have a few little chronographs running around. That's what they got.
Is Mrs. Macron a ladyboy? Is that?
A few good men.
That's a good one right there.
That you know what? That would be a good title for your book. A Few Good Men.
That would be a good title for my book. Sorry, Corbin.
Or how about, subtitled "You Can't Handle the Truth"?
I like it. I like that, but I'm going to change it to "You Can't Handle This Truth."
Yeah, that's more like a newspaper headline than a book title. But all right, you know what? You do you, boo. Well, Thomas Burnett did like the IWC suggestion, so maybe your first instinct, Archie, was correct.
I
What do you mean?
I really love IWC as a watch.
Exactly what I was laughing at.
I know you were. That is interesting that he's giving off Mike the Snake vibes. I mean, they do, each of them tell a very good conspiracy story, but you and Mike have that in common. But I would say there's a definite stylistic, diversion between you. You're much briefer and to the point.
I'm the original Mike the Snake. I was here before Mike the Snake, by the way.
Yes, you are. I know. Like, don't get jelly.
So if anything, Mike the Snake is giving off Doc BBW vibes.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? It is a competition of sorts. I see and I comprehend. Oh, by the way, somebody talked about Tim. Archie, did you see? I don't know why it came up, but I got a notification about a loudmouth Tim video. He had to evict somebody from one of his dwellings that he rents out. Did you see that?
Oh, he's a slumlord, isn't he?
No, what happened?
Yeah, so yes, he's a little bit of a slumlord, I guess. I don't know. He's got a. I don't know that they're slummy. Probably they're not. But at any rate, he was in the video, which I think is from today. He is in the car, driving, saying, "I'm going right now to evict somebody." Which, if you're going to evict somebody, you actually need to have gone to court. So he was.
Usually, you ride with the sheriff.
Correct, or better yet, they do it. You don't even need to be there. You can have a process.
I have a feeling he wants to be there for the fun of it. Can we call him Slumlord Tim now?
Yes, you can.
Let's go and have a look at that video now. Then, okay, let's go live.
And I
We're going to go live.
But because here was the thing, the story was that he rented it to somebody who didn't even have the money for the
go
first
live.
month's rent. Like some foundation, some charity had to pay the first month's rent, and he didn't understand why the guy turned out to be a bad tenant. I'm like, you did this to yourself, Timmy boy.
He gave him the old "I'll gladly pay you Tuesday" routine.
Hey, Marky, work with me.
I'm working with you. Here it is.
Let me add this. Okay, here we go, Marky.
Yes, let's do it.
Here's something I have not had to do for a couple of years. I am evicting one of my renters.
Maybe let it buffer, Archie. Just pause it and see.
Videos. I had my 17-part Tales from the Landlord series I made a few years ago.
Now he's a ventriloquist.
And now I retitled it to Make Money and Rentals.
Now it's a Japanese movie.
With a bright green
Archie,
Yellow,
I think
red,
you should pause it
I think
and
he's
see if
gonna
it'll
say
buff it.
Godzilla.
orange, or blue background, solid color. Find those and look through that. I had one
I wonder
rental
if
unit
Archie's grandmother
owners
calls him
left
that.
on their own to move down towards the city. You know, I won't miss you. Place. First problem, and this should have been the really big red flag. He had to go to some agency in Pittsburgh who paid $1,400 for first month's rent.
His
and
lips are
security
catching
deposit,
up.
$700 a piece. Now that should have been a red flag right there. If you can't even pay your first month's rent and security deposit, you got problem.
Why'd you rent to him, you dodo?
I thought he was talking about himself, that he had
No.
Hey, Marky, what
What
are
a
you saying?
dodo. Well, listen, when I owned single family dwellings and I rented out to renters, I ran into a little bit of the stuff that he's running into now. But what I did was I just made a credit report, part and parcel of the, of the rental application. And I found if I didn't rent to anybody with a under $700, 700 point credit score, I had no problems. You get under that and you start to have some problems. Depending, you could. Anyway,
So
that
never
was-
rent to a 500 score person.
Oh, that's a real problem right there. I mean, if I had somebody who had like 630 and they had some, but they had a good job and they could show me the bank statements, okay, I might make an exception.
If I wasn't high, I'd tell one of my rental stories. But
oh well, I want to hear your story.
Make more money. So this guy has been living in the apartment now for about 8 or 9 months, and he's been, a good, polite renter, but he still has a problem with getting that rent paid on time. I think one time out of 8 or 9 months, he actually had it paid on time in full. Every other month, oh, I had this problem. Oh, I had to pay my electric bill. Oh, I had to make my car payment. Oh, this, oh, that. Always a story. Everything but the right answer. Always a reason why you can't. I hate that. It's just so frustrating. I made it very clear to him when he moved in. I'm hard on the rent. Make sure that rent is paid on time because I ain't gonna put it. Much more clear can you be? And he's been getting the rent paid in the first 8 or 10 days of every month. So I just been letting it go. Oh, I got 2 jobs. I'm working here. I'm working there. My paychecks come in different weeks. This and always a story. There's always a sob story. Always a reason why they can't. So this last month he sent me a check. And the check was actually mailed on time. It was post dated for the 8th. I told him, if you know your paycheck is coming in a few days into the month, no problem. Post date it for the day your check hits the bank, and I'll wait a few days and cash it then. So on the 8th, I dropped his check in the bank. No problem, right? Well, on the 21st, we get a letter in the mail. Non-sufficient funds. Oh, boy. So that is $700 plus a $30 late fee that has suddenly dropped out of the banking system for me. So, all right, I have to come. Hey, guess what I got in the mail today? Yeah. Oh, and of course, I'm so sorry about that. I put in money early. I made my car payment too, and I thought this, I thought that. Everything but the right answer. The right answer is I'll have your cash tomorrow morning, in full. Well, he's trying to delay it and push it off here, and I'm just not going to have it. I'll give you $1,325 on February 5th. Well, first of all, that's February 5th. That's over 2 weeks away. And $1,325 isn't the full amount of rent for 2 months. And why should I have to wait a month anyhow? You know what your responsibilities are. Pay your rent on time or find a way to do it. It's
You
not
want
my
to
problem.
stay?
You can't pay
You
your
have
bills.
to pay.
I'm not going to let it be my problem. I've been through it before. I ain't doing it anymore. So I went.
He seems angry. I've never seen him like this. He's really worked up about it.
Yeah,
He's
well, I
worked
don't
up.
blame him.
I'm
but I would've
expecting
never-
some profanity any minute.
Right. No, he's maintained control. But first of all, he's not on the way to evict because the sheriff evicts, number one, or the process server evicts, depending on jurisdiction. That's number one. He's probably just going there to put a 3-day notice on the house, which he can do himself. But
Or he's going there just to tell him you're going to get
We
kicked out if you don't
actually
pay.
had a polite.
Why would you
detailed
rent to somebody who
text
couldn't
message
even pay the
before a few
first month?
times. He didn't get mad. He wasn't yelling. He wasn't calling me names. Reasonable conversation, which is unusual. But I said, hey, I got to put the 10-day notice. I know the court procedure because I am 3 for 3 on evictions, 5 for 5 if you count Section 8 evictions. And I know the procedure. I have to put a 10-day notice on the door and it has to
That's
clearly
what he's
state the dates, the dollar amounts. I have to sign it, and a witness has to sign it. My last eviction of a heroin addict got held up for 2 weeks because I didn't have the 10-day notice. close up, back. Here's the whole door of the house and everything. So I'm all ready to go see the local judge again, and it'll get handled. I'm not even worried a little bit. I know what's going to happen. I know the procedure. He's out. Now, I told him, I posted your 10-day notice, and it just so happens that February 1st is a Sunday, so you have an extra day. February 2, I'm going down to the courthouse and filling out the papers and paying a fee to file for his eviction. You know the deal? You better find $730 real quick to get January rents paid, and then we'll see what happens with February.
That's such cheap rent.
Which I'm sure, oh yeah, well, I just had this, I just had that, I had to make my car payment. Really? What about your rent payment? Ask yourself this question. Do you want to live in the house, or do you want to live in your car? You decide.
So he's going to go serve a 10-day
Maybe
notice.
when the Powerball gets up.
This is not an eviction. He's serving a 10-day notice, and he has to do that before he could even file for eviction. I've done the same thing in a very, very similar situation that I had. But what I did was, when you put the notice on the door, you're required to do that, but that's a pretty private thing. Like the neighbors aren't going to know. So I did that, and I was having a lot of trouble with this guy. I did what he's about to go do in this video, but I also hammered a giant for rent sign into the front lawn. And I did this while they were at work. So they came home and there's a giant for rent sign, like a billboard on their front lawn, as well as the 3-day notice on the door. And yeah, I did get paid, but it is a pain in the ass with tenants like this because, if you've got a mortgage on the property, you still have to, the bank's not going to wait for you. Right, Mikey?
Mike!
Nope.
Mike.
Hey,
Somebody
Mark.
accused you of stealing my shtick, Mike.
What was that?
Well, there's a conspiracy theory, Mike, that,
Oh, yeah.
that you stole the conspiracy theory, gig from Doc.
Oh, no, I just haven't expressed it as much as Doc.
Hey, just hang on one tick. I got a Thomas Burnett super chat, £2. Would you say that Calatrava 5226G is a field watch? No.
What kind of field is
That's
that?
That's a rich fucker pretending to be simple watch.
I got a
Field
question
watch
for
needs
Mark.
to be robust. It needs to be steel. It needs to have a long history of simple. This Calatrava
And
is
legibility.
just more of a downscale dress watch.
I'm imagining a
It's a
certain kind of
tranny.
soldier.
It's
wearing a
transitioning
gold watch in the
from a
field.
dress watch to a field sports watch. It's a tranny. So it's not a real field watch. This is like putting all-weather tires on a Rolls Royce. It's still not an off-roader.
Yeah. Hey,
It's
Mark.
like a
Yo,
Village
Mark,
People field watch.
I got a question for you. I'm wondering if you maybe have something along these lines. Their wrist restraints. You with a
You have wrist restraints, Mark?
yeah.
why are you asking me?
Oh,
You
because I'm
pervert.
just thinking maybe you get a little have a little fun and like I do. These are for
I think that belonged to Coda. You're going to have to give that to the new family.
I have no contact with the new family on
I see.
purpose.
Well,
Those are his Christmas restraints.
Exactly.
they do have jingle bells
Exactly.
on them, Mikey.
No, these are my arm restraints for my race car.
Well,
These go through your seatbelt buckles.
are you telling me that you tie yourself? It's like you can't escape. You tie yourself to the car.
Well, you're quick release in, so you pinch and now you're loose.
Why you got to do that? Why can't you
Because
just...
I have an open topped car.
Oh shit!
and-
You don't you have a seatbelt?
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
I'll go skidding upside down the track for a half a mile and not even worry about it. Okay, it's when you're rolling, let's say like this,
Oh.
centrifugal force is going to make your
Okay.
arms
All
flail
right.
like this, and my
Ah.
arms do reach outside
Okay.
of the roll cage, and I don't want to get degloved.
It's a safety mechanism. So
Yeah,
it's you're
Yeah.
not a pervert. You're just being safe.
yeah.
Well,
I was just
What's
trying
your
to make
safe word, Mike?
there's no
Yeah,
exclusion
yellow,
here, though. It could be
yellow.
both.
Yellow. I was just trying to make a funny out of it.
It
That's
is a
all.
funny. That is a funny. You worry. You know, I didn't know what to say, to be very
I
frank.
really thought they were Christmas restraints. Like, oh, this is my
Because
Merry
mine are,
Christmas.
you know, his look serious. Mine have fur on them.
Or like, you know, the Judas Priest, you know, black leather with
Well,
the,
Mike,
you know,
you got to
chrome
remember.
studs.
You have to remember, I'm a dog trainer, so I have all kinds of leashes and collars around this.
Yeah, true, huh?
All kinds of. One of these
Good
days,
excuse.
one of these days, I'm gonna tell you about the gay Nazis.
Okay.
But let's finish with loudmouth Tim, Archie.
Yeah, no worries.
Kyle.
It's up around $1 billion. I'll get 10 quick picks. But sometimes you just wish you could just, you know, get enough cash somehow that you don't have to have rental properties, you don't have to have a job, you don't have to worry about on income every couple of weeks.
YouTube, Mark.
How's
Get
that
out of
working
that
out?
whole rat race game. That would be nice. But then again, that would take away some of the adventure of life, the problem solving, the dealing with problems, the figuring things out that happen right now. Hey, I have this problem. How do I solve it? And I would be totally happy to let this guy stay there. He's been a good renter. I haven't had any problems with him. He just can't get that darn rent paid on time. I had the same thing happen with a guy a couple of years ago, and it's in one of my Make Money and Rentals videos too. He was a nice guy, but he would pay like $100 this week, 150, 200 the next week, 40 the week after. And eventually he just kept falling behind more and more, you know, and I've had it happen before. Once somebody goes a full month down, I've never had someone recover from that. You know, it's always, they're paid in the first 5 days, then they're paid in the first 10 days, then they're paid in the first 20 days. The next thing you know, they're a full month late on their rent. And how are they going to pay that rent? Plus the next month that they can't pay the first month on time in the first place. Well, he put himself in this situation. He knew the deal. He knew how much money was owed and when it was owed.
You put yourself.
I feel bad
in
about it?
this
Not at all.
You did this.
I hate the whole annoyance of getting him out, having to pay my handyman to clean the apartment, advertising the thing again, getting someone else in. They might be a problem. Maybe they'll be good, but they might be a problem. Oh boy. Well, it's all the adventure of life. You know, you got to have some adversity in your life to make things interesting.
He rented to a
So
guy who
anyhow,
didn't have the first
hopefully
month.
this guy will straighten out.
Why would you do that, Tim? You're like
Seems
bitching
quite
and moaning
pissed
that
off.
you gotta.
I
He's
think he's
bitching-
enjoying it. I really
he's-
do.
Well, he's bitching and moaning that he hasn't gotten paid, but he started the whole video out by explaining that the guy needed to borrow $1,400 from some foundation because he was like homeless or something, I guess. And $1,400 on a $700 monthly rental means first and last month, so, or the security deposit. So he didn't have anything. So basically what I'm saying is Tim knew what he was doing when he did this. He knew this was a guy who had no money.
Let's invite Slumlord Tim onto the show.
Well,
Let's invite him on.
come on in anytime and I'll grill you. I'll teach you about how to be a landlord. But honestly, I got out of it for a lot of the reasons that he's talking about. And it is because it's such a pain in the ass.
Ownership isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Nope, things break, they call you.
Don't you have an estate agent or property manager who can manage it?
I
for
manage a
you?
property right now, and yeah, I get called at 3 a.m. like, fucking my shower's exploded and water's
You know, if there's
shooting
damage
everywhere.
or a problem, the property manager, they just tell you there's a problem. You still have to fix it.
Oh, I go and fix it.
Most property managers are not doing the repairs or fixing whatever the problem is. They just alert you to the problem.
Yes.
Well,
yeah, being a landlord is no fun.
I'm the caretaker of our property, so I'm the one they call when they have a problem of any kind, and I go.
You're more like Bob Newhart. You're kind of like taking care of the inn.
Yeah, something like that.
That last episode when you get hit with the golf ball, that's going to be a lot of fun.
God, I almost got hit by a golf ball at the De Young Museum in San Francisco. I think it is. It's like up on the top of this really kind of big tall knoll.
I don't
and these
remember
guys,
the De Young being near a golf course.
No, it's not the De Young. It's the San Francisco Fine Arts Museum or something like that. And we'd gone there and parked way down at the bottom and had to hike up at the top. But there were these jerk-offs that had decided to pull their clubs out of their car, and they were teeing off from way up above. and seeing how far they could whack
But
their
that's not a
balls.
golf. It's not an official golf course. They
I
were just
know.
screwing
But
around.
these were just goof offs, right? And I'm like, look at those fools, right? And then next thing that I know, this ball goes whizzing by my face, not 3 millimeters from my face, at 1,000
Like
miles
Donald
an
Trump.
hour, and it hits this Volvo grill just to my right, and it knocked the Volvo emblem off the grill of the Volvo car. But I mean, that's how close it came to me, and I was like watching
3
these
millimeters
fools.
and 1,000 miles an hour. That is some detail, man.
Well, I don't know. However fast golf balls go.
I don't know. I really don't know how fast the golf ball goes.
But yeah, it was a super close call, though. God, that was crazy.
Well, that's why you got to wear a helmet.
Yeah, you walk around with a helmet on all the time.
Well, you're the one who, you put on marital aids in order to get into your vehicle. So I don't think a helmet is so out of order.
Yeah.
Put on the
Oh,
bond.
don't leave home without your full face helmet.
You put it, exactly. I mean, Mike, put on a gimp suit just to get in the car.
Yeah.
As soon as you put the helmet on, you'll start calling everybody.
What does a gimp suit cost these days, I wonder?
I don't even know what a gimp suit is.
All right, so the gay Nazis. So here, it's a little bit of a long story. Sorry in advance, guys, but I'll try and move through it quickly. So I had a Doberman pinscher, and I wanted to get a spiked collar for him, with spikes. I just thought it would be really cool. Just he'd look tough. He was a big 100-pound, Doberman. So but I lived in the time in the gay neighborhood in Chicago, and there was this one store called the Leather Store, and I had never been in there, but it had all the, the perverted stuff. So I thought, surely they're going to have like a fucking spike collar that'll fit my dog. So I walked up there. It was close to my house. I walk up there. I tie the dog to a parking meter, and I go in the store because I don't figure you could bring the dog in the store. But crowding the store was a group. These guys were all like 6'5", a bunch of gay Nazis. I mean, and they were in the full jackboots uniform, SS-looking guys. And they were scary. Okay, they were real scary looking, and they had the full.
Did that turn you on, Mark?
No, I'm Jewish. It was like I would have liked to have had a hand grenade to frag them. It was bad. I didn't like it. I didn't know they were gay. I didn't know what. All I knew was there were like 5 of them, and they were enormous. They were all huge, and they looked good in these uniforms. But like everybody looks good in a Nazi uniform, so. They're not talking. They're just grouped together. So I got to like edge my way. Excuse me, boy. Excuse me. And I get past them and I go to the counter, and there's a girl with like piercings, all over herself. And I'm like, I need a spike collar. She's great. What size? Well, I had measured the dog, and I said 20. I need a 20-inch. Oh, no. And she looks at me and she goes, honey, you're no bigger than like 16, 15 and a half, 16. I go, no, it's not for me. She goes, well, how big? I said, I need a 20-inch spike collar. And she looks like this. She goes, how big is your boyfriend? And I was like, it's not for my boyfriend. It's for my dog. And I point out the window because there was a window, and she saw the Doberman tied to the parking meter. And she goes, oh my God, bring him in. I was like, cool. Cause I didn't feel good about leaving him out there anyway. So I got to, excuse me. I got to work my way through the very scary fucking gay Nazis. And which I didn't know what they were, gay or what. I just knew they were Nazis. So I go out, I untie the dog, and now I got to come back in, and now I got to get through the gay Nazis with a 100-pound Doberman, which is a little bit more.
But now you got a big, mean, scary fucking Doberman with you. So all of a sudden the tables have turned.
I did not anticipate what happened, Mike, because
did they just like snap to attention and fucking...
I was trying to work my way through the excuse me, but I got to get the dog through here. And one of them looked down and went, oh my God, Mary, it's a big dog. It's such a big dog. And then they're all simpering, and the purses fell right out of their. And what I realized was the gay Nazis were not only really gay, but the gay Nazis would have probably liked me a lot better than I liked them, because the gay Nazis were just looking for a manly man. I don't know. I might have done it. I might have done it for revenge. It would have been wrong, but I might have done it for revenge. Anyway, she fit my dog with a beautiful collar.
Are you saying that like you're not going to tell? Is that what you mean?
Well, there was a Lufthansa flight attendant once, and that was definitely for revenge. Ay, mein Lieber, mein Gott. Es große, eine große. Anyway, but I just, the funniest thing was the gay Nazis were very tall, very like correct in all their regalia. They had everything right about the uniforms, with the exception of they had the armbands that were red, but they didn't have the swastikas on there. You know, but it was very intimidating.
Without a swastika.
Very fucking intimidating. And but then the dog scared the purse right out of their mouths. And I felt manly at that point, which was good. Anyway, that's my long ass story. Sorry, guys.
That was a good story.
Marky, look at the time, Marky. It's time for us to wrap this baby up.
Wrap it up.
Well, we'll have to talk about my book next time. That's okay.
Let's go and thank.
It's called You
Our
Can't Handle
sponsor.
It.
It's not Jill Biden. Why would you say Jill Biden?
I don't know. Who is that?
It's Bradjit Macron.
Well, then who's on the far right?
Oh, that's
That's the
Jacinda.
New Zealand Prime Minister.
I see.
She outlawed smoking. Did you know from a certain age, it's illegal forever for people to smoke in New Zealand? Look at prohibition, how well that worked out.
But don't the Maoris have, ceremonial smokage?
Of course. No, they'll have it.
And she was
It's like
very
the American
authoritarian
Indian
during the COVID.
I know people used to go to the
let's thank our
reservation to
super
buy their
chatters.
tobacco.
Gotta thank our super chatters. We had
Archie wants to
Hurricane,
go. Archie's done.
Madman, Black Cat 997, Madman, Watch Collector 1990, Watch Collector 1990, Madman, Luso, Hurricane, CB, Hurricane, CB, Thomas Burnett. No, I just wanted to make sure we get it done, Marky. That's all. I honestly, I don't know Macron's wife. I don't know what she did wrong, but what did she do wrong?
Well, at least one of these three presumed ladies is a dude.
Oh, that's the deal. You're going with the lady boy.
Yeah, but how's that possible when she's got 3 children? She
Well, you
gave
put her
birth
right
to
in the middle.
You know, guys can have children too.
Are you saying Michelle is a lady boy? Come on. Just because her arms are better than yours, Doc. And just because her testosterone is better than yours. Come on. Calm down.
Oh,
We've got Terry joining us before we wrap up. Hey, Terry, what's going on?
Terry, you sent me pictures.
nothing.
Wait, were those you or the boyfriend?
The one in the red shirt's the boyfriend with the jacket and the hat on.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
then
thought.
the rest of me, and some of them are advertising for like the race in Monaco and all that shit. You ought to show that on the big screen. Send that to Archie. The 67 race in Monaco between Lotus and Ferrari. Everyone would like to see that.
Or not? Let's look at the photos, Marky. You don't share it.
Well,
These are
no,
private.
no. Well, hold
Is
on.
the
hold on.
boyfriend nuts or not? That's what we want to know.
Okay,
we
well,
want
I'm
to
gonna
know.
show the
Is he
car.
nuts?
That's
Do
the
you like
car.
that? Do you like that?
Daytona, 70s
nice.
Daytona.
But
Lovely.
look what it's in front of.
Ooh.
I can't see the
okay.
other car.
Piaget.
Piaget and Bulgari. Okay.
All right.
I like that.
Okay, let's look at the other photo. I want to hear your opinion, Mark.
The boyfriend is not unattractive. He's not skinny. Terry's right, but you know, he's not an unattractive young man. He's not.
Is he a lunatic or not?
Okay, there is a small. It probably is the glasses are a little concerning, but no, I wouldn't look at him and go.
Are you saying the glasses make him look crazy? You might want to glance to your right.
Wait a minute. Are you talking about the guy in the white shirt? That's me.
No. I know who I'm looking at. The red shirt with the cap turned backwards and all the nose ring. You know, there's a little bit of a septum piercing going on there. You know,
I meant your other right. There's someone on the panel that also has glasses. You know.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
You ought to show Archie that Monaco pic.
Look, I would not have looked at his picture, Terry, and picked him out of the, out of a lineup, as worrisome. I don't think I would have. Now, what else did you want me to show?
You ought to show Archie real quick that Monaco pic. Like that's from '67 when they're racing in Monaco Formula One.
I don't know
Ferrari
which
versus
picture you're talking about now.
Lens. The one I sent you.
Yeah, you sent me like 20 pictures unlabeled, and I don't know what's a
He
Monaco.
wants you to show the Monaco pic.
Yeah, I hear you, but there's socks. Why did you send me fucking socks and The Godfather?
I don't know. That was in the ad for some reason.
Send me the Godfather, and I don't know if you can see this, but socks. Is this what you were talking about?
Well, yeah, I saw one of those like 2 months ago here in Arkansas. But no, it was the other one. It was the other one.
That's
Oh,
a modern.
I see. I got it.
Yeah, look at that. Isn't that cool?
That's 67.
Yeah. That was when Lotus was racing Ferrari. That's in Monaco.
All right, there we go.
Thank you.
kind of identify with
Guys, that is the
those.
show
More
for
excited,
today.
Mark.
We will be back tomorrow.
Thank you all.
See you
God
later.
bless you
Okay,
all.
the answer is all of them are.
Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW.